You are listening to the Pleasant Spirit Podcast with your host, licensed massage therapist, Kyle Pleasant. Here, we will be discussing topics on health and wellness, as well as self-improvement, and his experiences as a legally blind massage therapist. And now, here's your host, Kyle.
And hello, and welcome to Pleasant Spirit Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Pleasant. So, I thought I'd take a moment to address some of the sentiment, I guess, that's going on in the news here recently, whatever. I'm usually not affected by, some of the things that, that go on in the news, because, there are good things that happen, there are bad things that happen, and, over the last few months, the politics have been dominating the news, and, all this political system, and, all that sort of stuff, and, it feels like there's, some sort of shift happening, and could be, a political thing, could be a spiritual awakening thing, I don't really know, you just kind of have to take things each day as they come, and, I've said before that, I have trouble sleeping sometimes at night, or, you have a little bit of anxiety, and, anxiety is usually, caused by, obsessing over the future, things that haven't happened yet, and I've been doing my best to kind of be in the moment, be in the present, and trying to meditate and being mindful are all practices about living in the moment, being now, being mindful of what's happening now. If I'm breathing and I'm focused on my breath, then that's something that I can control, right now in this very moment. I often tell clients that whenever you're stressed and whenever you're, experiencing anxiety or any kind of situation, whether it's a good thing, bad thing, the one thing you have the control over is your breath. And whenever you're able to focus on your breath, then you can control your heartbeat and your pulse and, circulation and adrenaline and all those kind of things that are involved in the stress response and the inflammatory response. So it's always a good idea is that whenever you're able to focus on your breath, then you get out of your head and you can regulate your body, in those situations. So it works on a mental, spiritual, physical level all at once by just stopping and focusing on your breath, or just being mindful about what you're doing, about what you're watching on TV, about what you're listening to. And for me, I admit that here in the last few days that I've been, glued to the TV about what's been going on and all that kind of stuff. And, I try not to absorb too much of that stuff, because it is my belief that there's a difference between being informed and being immersed, ingesting what's going on. It's like the difference of getting the Cliff Notes versus going to the library and checking out every single book on the subject and just immersing yourself into the subject. And so for me, I have to be mindful about how much I'm watching on TV and what channel and what the dialogue is, because when you immerse yourself in any one particular subject, then you lose perspective, and then it contaminates your ability to be objective. And so, I try to be mindful about, what I'm seeing, what I'm reading, what I'm listening to, what's the dialogue that's going on. And if I focus on my attention on all of that stuff, then it has a tendency to, contaminate my energy, based on, whatever the dialogue is. And so it's important to be mindful of those kind of things, because again, it's all an energy, and everything that we listen to and everything that we watch, if we're immersed in those things, they're going to continue to show up in our thoughts and our beliefs, and that's all you end up seeing. And so I've just been trying to be mindful of that, and just here, just being conscious of it. It's caused me some anxiety about what's been going on, and rightly so. And of course, the other side of that coin is that it's okay to feel anxious, and it's okay to feel the feelings, because the emotions are there for a reason, either to let you know that you're out of alignment, or something needs to change to help bring you back into alignment, because we're not meant to suffer. And we're not meant to feel anger and hatred and fear and all those emotions on a regular basis. And though that it's again a compass for you to let you know that whether you're in alignment or out of alignment. And so I've just kind of been trying to hold that idea and that sentiment that is what I'm watching on TV, or is what I'm listening to in the news or the radio or whatever, bringing me peace? Is it bringing me closer to source, to the universe, to God, or away from? And so I have to continue to remind myself as to what's really feeding me, what's bringing me closer or away from my peace. And so I've just been wanting to put that out there. And like I say, it's okay to feel the feelings, to feel that if you're feeling anxious, that it's okay, because they're there. Just like pain in the body is there to let you know that something's not right. If you hurt your foot, you stub your toe, then you put that attention on your toe, and then that pain draws that energy to your toe, and it allows you the ability to say, okay, something needs to change here. I need to stop walking around in the dark, when I stub my toe, or I need to wear flip-flops or sandals or something when I'm walking around in the dark, or turn the light on the next time you go into the bathroom in the middle of the night, so you don't stub your toe, or move that table out of the way, or something. Something has to change in order for that, for that emotion to be recognized, because as I say, it's a compass to let you know whether you're in alignment or out of alignment. And the other part of that is that if it's not bringing you peace, then it's operating at a very low frequency. And a good word that I've heard was transmute, that light always overshadows the darkness. Peace and love and joy and gratitude always overshadows, transmutes fear and anger and hatred. So if we hold in our consciousness the thoughts and the beliefs and the feelings and the emotions or whatever that are high frequency, that are high vibration, that are light, then it always casts out the darkness. It always transmutes the fear. If we hold ourselves accountable for the blessings, for the being grateful, for any unforgiveness, anything that is not serving us, if we're aware of it, then we can cast out the fear. We can cast out the darkness. So just something to remind you, the next time you flick on the TV and you start to see some of this chaos, that we have the choice to be light, We have the choice to be love and to see blessing everywhere that we go just by saying thank you and showing kindness. So you can show some kindness by liking and subscribing and whatever you have to do to share this sentiment. Just go out there and be light. There's a movement of light out there, and we have the opportunity to be the light of the world. And with that, I hope everyone has a great day, a blessed day, and a pleasant day. Pleasant spirit. And be sure to, if you have any show ideas or suggestions, podcast at pleasantspirit.com is a way to reach me. And there's also the little voice message feature that the podcast platform has. So then, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Pleasant Spirit Podcast. We hope you found today's show informative. Please take a moment to write a review. And if you want to reach out or have show ideas, you can email at podcast@pleasantspirit.com. You can also visit his website at pleasantspirit.com. If you are in the Portland, Oregon area, you can schedule a massage or one of his coaching services at pleasanttouchmassage.com. See you next time, and always be well.